An ostrich, no tag, in total chaos. Islam Makhachev just dropped the most cryptic message of the year. But who is it really for? Islam Makhachev's recent Instagram story featuring an ostrich burying its head in the sand was anything but random. While it might seem like a harmless image at first glance, the symbolism behind it, denial, avoidance, or cowardice, ignited a firestorm of speculation among MMA fans. What added to the intrigue was Makhachev's cryptic caption. He admitted he wanted to tag someone but decided not to. That single sentence transformed a meme-like image into a calculated message. Fans were quick to dissect the intent. In the fight game, subtle social media moves often speak louder than interviews. The ostrich image is widely understood as a metaphor for someone refusing to face the truth or hiding from a challenge, an odd but deliberate message from a usually reserved champion like Islam. The timing, just as rumors intensify about a potential UFC 317 headliner between Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, suggests the Dagestani champ may be accusing someone, likely Topuria, of not being fully transparent, perhaps about injury concerns or readiness for war at 155. Others stretch the interpretation to include Jon Jones, who has had his share of delays and pullouts due to injury. While less likely, that theory shows just how much weight Islam's small actions carry in the MMA community. The post has left fans guessing, with many seeing it as Makhachev firing the first shot in a mental chess match leading up to UFC 317. Of all the potential targets for Islam Makhachev's ostrich post, Ilia Topuria stands out as the most logical and most provocative option. Since officially vacating his featherweight title, Topuria has gone full throttle in demanding a lightweight title shot against Makhachev. He's called out Islam in interviews on social media and even made bold claims like, "I'm the one to take the belt from Islam." Despite all this noise, there's been no official confirmation of a fight, and some fans believe there may be more going on behind the scenes. That's where the ostrich metaphor starts to cut deeper. In suggesting that someone is hiding their head in the sand, Islam could be accusing Topuria of ducking real issues, perhaps an undisclosed injury, a conditioning problem, or simply not being as ready as he claims. It's a subtle but powerful way to call someone out without naming them directly. Makhachev's silence, paired with this pointed imagery, flips the script. Instead of defending himself from Topuria's taunts, he's putting the pressure back on the Spaniard and forcing him into the defensive role. This psychological tactic fits into a broader pattern in MMA, where social media becomes a battlefield long before the cage door closes. With UFC 317 looming, and no official headliner yet, Makhachev's post could be his way of testing Topuria's resolve, or nudging the UFC brass into locking in the fight. Either way, fans see it as a start an under-the-radar rivalry that's now bubbling to the surface. While most signs point to Ilia Topuria being the target of Makhachev's ostrich post, some fans surprisingly brought Jon Jones into the conversation. One particular comment stood out. Why is he sending shots at Jones when Jones accomplished what he did at 25? It might seem like a stretch at first, but in the world of MMA, especially with cryptic posts like these, fans often connect us that aren't immediately obvious. Jon Jones has faced criticism in recent years for inactivity, injury pullouts, and long gaps between title defenses. Islam, by contrast, has been one of the most consistent champions in the UFC, with 4 straight title defenses and calls to move up in weight. If the post is directed at Jones, it could be interpreted as a subtle dig at fighters who, despite legendary status, might be avoiding real challenges due to injury or business politics. However, this theory is likely more fan-driven speculation than Makhachev's actual intent. Islam and Jones have no direct beef, and they're in different divisions with no history of public tension. But the fact that fans even consider Jones a possible target highlights how powerful and ambiguous the ostrich post was. It wasn't just a meme, it became a Rorschach test for the MMA community, where everyone saw what they wanted to see. Ultimately, the Jon Jones angle may not hold much weight, but adds to the chaos, heightens the speculation, and shows how one Instagram story from Islam Makhachev can spark narratives involving multiple champions across divisions. Before we break down what this could mean for UFC 317, hit that like button and drop a comment. Who do you think Islam was aiming at? Topuria, Jones, or someone else? With UFC 317 approaching fast and no official main event in place, The pressure is mounting on promotion to deliver something big. That's why Islam Makhachev's Ostrich post might be more than just a passive-aggressive jab. It could be the beginning of a mental warfare campaign aimed squarely at Ilia Topuria. For weeks, Topuria has been the one on offense, calling out Islam, questioning his willingness to fight, and framing himself as a bold new face of the lightweight division. But now, Makhachev has flipped the script. By posting that Ostrich image and hinting he almost tagged someone, Islam subtly reclaimed control of the narrative. Without saying a word, he cast doubt on Topuria's readiness, maybe implying Ilia is ducking hard training, hiding an injury, or not being as fearless as he portrays himself. It's a classic Dagestani move. Let your work speak, but when you do speak or post, make sure it lands hard. This is especially strategic because UFC 317 is expected to be International Fight Week, one of the UFC's biggest annual showcases. If Islam versus Topuria is indeed the UFC's dream matchup for the card, then this could be the soft launch of their psychological war. Islam planting seeds of doubt in Topuria's mind and among the fans before any press conference or official poster drops. With Dana White confirming Topuria can no longer cut to featherweight and all roads now pointing to 155, the stakes couldn't be higher. Makhachev's subtle dig wasn't just social media noise. It was a chess move. Now it's Ilia's turn to respond. If this is the start of the Makhachev versus Topuria mind games, you won't want to miss a second of it. Subscribe to MMA Thread for all the drama, fight news, and deep dives, because the real fight starts before the octagon.